Well, g'day guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to a fairly exciting repair, and not a restoration really, because this thing's almost in mint condition. What is it? It's a record player and it's a radio, so it's a radiogram I guess, but possibly not. 4 knobs on here, we've got a volume and this just doesn't work, so we've got to check that out. And tuning for the radio, and we've got some sort of switch, maybe tone I would say. Now the customer that owns this just wants it checked out and all going, so he said it's no use having it not working, so we're going to check it all out. The cable is good on it. I would say this has been replaced at some stage because that's in pretty good order. The plug's good, so this Bakelite is just superb. But I don't know what brand it is. I have no idea. I can't find out anything on this. Now we're going to have a bit of a look at this, have a look inside, and I might need your help on what this one is. It's had a badge on there by the look of it. Could have been Chrysler, could have been Little Nipper, HMV maybe. There's 2 tiny little holes there where it looks like the badge has been kept in there. But, well, there's nothing else on it. So I think we should bring you in. We'll have a look at it, have a look over it. We're going to take the radio out of it. That's got to be checked over. I've got no idea whether it works or not. The customer doesn't know. Well, really, it worked years ago, but he's not sure about it now. Just wants it all working. Let's have a bit of a look, especially under this lid. Okay, the dial is, this is mint. The whole thing's in mint condition. How old is this thing? I don't know. But in here, I think that'll hold. We've got a 78 record. And, well, we've got the Tennessee Waltz. How about that? On 78. And, gee, that's in good order too. But the thing is, look at this, guys. This only plays 78s. This is the turntable. Yeah, doesn't sound real good there. Here's our arm. Now, nothing here on what it is, anything about it. A Calaro arm, Bakelite arm, made in England, and this baby has got one big needle there. Okay, there's your thumb screw for putting the needles in and out, and little pockets here to keep your needles. Now, he did give me a couple of spare needles if I need them, and well, there they are. So we're talking gramophone here, guys. That's a pretty hectic needle. Okay, so what age is this? Because this is a very, very early turntable. Now, to service all this, I'm going to take the lid off. This little stay on this side is not working. We've got to find something to make it work. That fella, now, well, he works a little bit sometimes. That's why I was a bit worried about, yeah, what it's doing. Now, let's have a look around the back. Well, there's not much there. Indications, maybe, well, I'll just get that out. Aerial and Earth, obviously, red and green, don't know really. Some little vents here. Now, they look like HMV type. Yeah, I'm not sure. But guys, what I'm going to do now is tip this up, and you probably won't see much under here. There you go. There's a plate here, a fibre plate. Now it's cracked along there. 4 knobs. It's got the speaker in there. Looks okay actually. The speaker looks quite good. And well, there's our turntable. There's not much to this, is there? Very, very interesting, this thing. Now, I've got to work out how to get this radio out of here. I'm pretty sure there's the 4 screws and take the knobs off and this radio just comes out. So I'll have to tip it over on its lid. I'm going to put something on the bench and we'll loosen these off, get them. Well, this one's, yeah, loose. Don't know what he does. So let's get these off and see what's under here. Why are there our little vents here? There's nothing in here. Don't know what this is, but it's one nice piece of gear, and this radio will get it working perfectly. Well, there's our radio. He's certainly in there. Now, it looks like this one. It's one of these fellas. You've got to take the plug off to get out of here. This one is not too bad. That's our Aerial and Earth. We have some very ratty soldering in here on the pickup arm. And we have 2 light wires here. I mean, they're really thin, like really thin. And I guess that's our 240 volt to the motor. Maybe not 240 volt. I mean, they're hair thin. But they're the only 2 wires that go to the motor. And here, the phono input. Well, and look what was in there. How's that? We have some noodles. I haven't seen something like this since I was a kid. And, well, if it's anything, if my picture on the front screen's anything to go on, that was a little while back. a long while ago. Now, let's take this off first. I hope you can see everything I'm doing here. There you go. Okay, let's get this off. This is a wild looking plug, but it is safe. It's not compliant, but it's safe. Okay, get this out. There we go, guys. Now, we won't need that plug on for a while now, because we'll just put this on another desk cord and yeah, just a little terminal block. Okay, that's out. Now I'm going to unsolder our phono. I'll just reach over here. Not everything's within reach today. It's one of those days where I sort of haven't set myself up properly. This has got some very, very bodgy soldering here. Yeah. Someone's obviously been in this one. Okay. Well, we'll be taking the turntable out and we'll be checking it. But boy, there's not much to it. But it will, just looking at the levers, it will need greasing, oiling, check the motor out. Yeah, it's just these thin wires here. It's got me a bit bamboozled. Okay. Now, I'll try and stay out of your way there so you can see what's going on here. And there's probably a few of you out there that that know exactly what model this is. I don't. I've never seen one like this. I've seen some old Grams, but they have all had, if they weren't a wind-up gramophone, they've all had 33 and 45 on the turntable, not 78 only. That goes back to the gramophone days. Okay, now this looks like there's a couple of pillars there that they screw into. Okay. Well, we've got a few things revealing themselves now. I'm going to turn this around so that you can see initially what's going on here. This, I would say, by the look of that, that's, if I can just get my camera to just get the right spot for you. Well, there's a couple of mustards there. They don't look original. These electrodes are original. Those two there, our little poly caps, they're not original. The little plastic fellas. And guys, those thin wires, they come up here to our power. That's 240 volt cable. Right, okay. Now, we've got no idea whether this works or not. Okay, so that does lift out, so we'll get some knobs off and we'll have a closer look at it. This probably will be a multi-part series. Seeing it's got the gram as well, I won't be doing this all in one hit, that's for sure. This will be a very, very interesting video to try this on a dim bulb. I don't know whether I'd be game or not. Just trying to get this other knob off. Okay. There we go. Right. So that's a switch. I would say radio and gram, by the look of this, probably goes to the, looks like it goes to the grid of a valve here. Yeah, no, there's an aerial wire comes to it. Maybe not. Anyway, tuning. Okay, that's a new pot. That has been replaced. Fair while ago, but that's not original. This is an original one. So that'll be tone, volume, tuning, and gram and radio. Interesting. All right, now to get this out, how's all this going to work? Does it go backwards? Yes. And lift him up. There we go. And I'm sorry you can't see much there. You can see the speaker. Yeah, we have a little hole there. But otherwise, a couple of little holes in the dust cover. It's in good order. A little crack down here on the speaker. Okay, I'll get you back while I get this thing out. We've got to find out. We've got to find a place here. We've got to find out what this thing is. I'm sure some of you guys out there will know. Now, here we go. And, hang on. Our power cable. Those thin cables to our motor. Okay. This is a new power cord, by the way. This has been fitted, no strain relief. Not real keen on the soldering. And if I bring this over, you can have a look as well. Here we go. Yeah. She's not in the best order. We'll probably put a little bit longer power. Well, we'll put an appropriate power cord on it. One of Carl's power cords. And if you don't know about Carl, well, check him out in the description. Carl's capacitors and vintage radio parts. He's got some lovely 3-core vintage cloth power cables. And they're great. I've got some here and highly recommend them. Now, because we've got a blob of solder here with about 4 ounces of solder on it, takes a bit of melting. Okay, let's get that out. And there are your motor cables. And as you can see, look how thin these things are. Okay. Now we'll get this out. I'm sorry about swinging yous around today. I don't like camera movement like this. Okay, here we go. Here we go, guys. There she is. And I see Mullard valve. Round IF cans. It's got a Phillips type ring to me. Mullard looks like a rectifier, probably a 6V6, ECH something or other. 6SK7 and probably an ECH 33 and a 35 or something. Yeah, this baby's fairly old, and this fairly grotty. It will clean up okay, but boy, at the moment, fishing line for our dial cord, and boy, that's tight. Whoever's put that in, yeah, they've got that up. They've tuned it up the same as their guitar, I'd say. All right. Now, I've got that out. Now, while I'm under here, what I want to do here is, well, we'll get the turntable out. Now, what we can do here, I'll bring this back over here. I think with this one, there we go. Now I think with this one we can undo all the screws around, or there's one there, one there, one there, and a screw in there. Motor's solid. I think we will take the board, the whole plinth out, well, our mounting board anyway, around the outside, and that way I can sit it and the turntable, because this turntable's, yeah, well, it's not very square, as you saw, so very hard to sit it anywhere. Righto guys, I'll get this, get it done, get it out, and then we'll get back over onto that radio and have a bit of a look at what we've got to do with it. Okay, all the screws are out, and here we go. Now, let's put this down on the ground for a minute. Here's another needle. And there's our turntable, guys. Now, as to knowing what sort of turntable this is, well, it's got a type of velour on the turntable. That seems to be spinning okay. Now, it probably had a needle jammed underneath it. And underneath, well, as you can see, there's not much to it. But we'll do the whole thing. We'll test him out. Probably remove the motor and oil, well, grease the bearings. All this has to be done. Looks like this has an auto shut-off, a type of mechanical auto shut-off. I've never seen a mechanism like this, so I'm not sure at all. The only thing is written on this is Calaro, made in England. Okay, and that weighs a ton. I reckon you'd be putting 500 grams on the needle. She's, yeah, it's certainly got some weight to it. I'll probably put a bit of tape on that to fasten him down, although we'll be having a look at it and working out what's wrong. Quite easy to work on. But for the moment, we've got to go back to here, because without this bit's not going to work, is it? Okay, I'll clear the bench, we'll bring this in, and we might dim bulb this up and just see what she's like, to see where the smoke's going to come from. Okay, we'll be back. Right, next bit. Now, I've removed the old power cord. I'm going to just use this twin cable and go straight in here and soldering directly on. That way I don't have to muck around with anything live. I know you guys don't like me mucking around with live stuff. You've chipped me a few times before on that. But, oh well, it has bit me a couple of times, I must admit. But you can, never be too cautious. Okay. It's certainly got some old solder on this. Now, I did see there's a date on, it looks like it's either the audio transformer or a choke. I'm not real sure what it is actually at the moment, but there's a date on it. There's just no name on the damn thing. It does look, well, I don't know. It looks like Phillips, but yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. All right. Now that's just sitting there for the moment. Now, what is this? Anyway, 8th of February 1950. This is not quite as old as what I thought it was. 1950, okay? And yeah, there's a little wire there, but he's not broken on this transformer. Well, I think this is a choke. I can't see the top of it there. Pretty sure it's a choke. Now I've got it resting against the bench there, so that's why it's where it is. What I'll do now is, well, we're going to see if it's going to work. We can do that. So I will need that fella and probably onto the chassis somewhere, and we'll grab onto probably that electro, which seems to be just floating in the breeze. Okay, we've got 0.1 of a volt, so that's something. Not very much. Now, oh boy, that pot is so tight to turn. Now, looks like there's a little waxy going to the wiper. I would say that fella's our volume pot, and he's certainly very tight to turn. Okay, not worried about that at the moment. Let's see if this thing's going to fire up. What have we got to do here? Okay, we're going to go for dim bulb. Okay, so we're looking over here. This fella, Variac on 0 at the moment. We're plugging in. HT monitored. We're going to bring him up slow. Power is now to that at 0. Let's see what happens. Let's see. I've got a dim bulb there. It's just glowing. And I'm going to take it pretty easy because there'll be some old caps and yeah, something's happening here. We're at 90 volts there. Okay, so 4 watts. Well, something's happening. We've got 1 volt. Okay, let's go up just a little bit further. Up to 110. We're drawing 5.3 watts. This HT is, oh, sorry, you can't see that. Sorry about that, guys. It's can I bring it in closer here for you? There you go. Should be able to see that clear enough. Dim bulb still just lit. Not too bad. Bit more. And we'll probably take him up to 150 or something and let those poor little capacitors reform. I would say it's been a long time probably since this has been switched on. 7 watts. We're going okay. 150 volts. You can see our HT is coming up, which is pretty amazing. Can't hear anything yet. Probably won't at that sort of voltage. Nothing yet. Okay, we might go up a little bit more. $170. Dim bulb is probably looks brighter on the camera. That's still fairly dim. Okay, 54. And we're up to 200, guys. 73 volts HT. And just make sure you can see everything there. Okay, now I'm going to back him off a little bit and I'm going over to our second lamp. And as you can see, it's coming up a bit. Our second lamp is a 75 watt lamp. We'll bring him up a bit. $180 volts, 17 watts, 120 on the HT. Let's take him up to 200. And this is glowing just a little bit, not excessive. And I still can't hear anything. Oh, yes I can. Sounds like something's happening. Turn it up a bit. Ah, hang on guys. We hear something. Look at this. We have audio. Can we tune anything? Probably won't get anything in this place. You know what this place is like. Okay, I'll back the volume off a bit and put on my external antenna. Okay, let's see what we can hear. Not very much. Got it. Well, got hash. And obviously that's gram. And this one's tone. Okay, 200 volts, we're drawing, hang on, I thought I could hear something. Guys, I don't know whether we've got an oscillator going there. Sounds like we've got RF, but we've got no stations. We may not have an oscillator running. But for a start, we've got audio. Okay, let's take her up a bit more. We're at 162. Let's go up to 220. I'm going to put a knob on that. Bear with me, guys, we're getting there. It does have a flat spot. Okay, now at least I can turn the thing up and down.
Wait and see.
Hey!
As Grundy in really good form. All right now, against right, low showing point. Neither right gets to it. Grundy with second efforts. Mills again. Over the boundary line.
By Matty Guelph, interesting to see Blackiston starting in the ruck. Todd Goldstein in the side as well. And but Brodie Grundy, he has been in tremendous form the last 8 weeks or so.
We're away.
And his follow-up, his second efforts, that's when you can really tell a ruckman.
And that's working very nicely. 179, obviously a little bit more voltage there, and the oscillator's probably sprung into gear. Okay, we're going up to 240. We're drawing 28 watts, coming up to 200. And we'll just sit on that for a while. I'll come back very shortly, and we'll just wait for the caps to reform, and we'll be back. Well, guys, she's still going. Just turn that down. Going lovely. Now I'm on the dim bulb at the moment there. We'll just flick at the bypass, and there's our HT 231, 230, 29, 28. Coming down a bit because the tubes are, well, the valves, sorry, we're in Australia. The valves are drawing a little bit more. Now the heaters have upped a bit without the dim bulb. Okay, 226 is our HT. Guys, is there anyone out there that can help me with what this is? I've had a look through Philips in the last hour or so, had a look through Philips circuits, HMV circuits. I can't find anything that's anywhere near what this thing is. Okay, so I don't know. Anyway, we'll leave it for today. I'm going to come back in the morning. We'll just make sure she's going okay. I'll show you a little bit more about this, and then I'll do the recapping. We've got a choke, in here to fix up. We don't want that moving around.
Leads the way.
And what else do we pick up in here? Oh, well, it does have other stations.
19 away from their own goal line, no score, Matty Elliott.
Oh, that's good. And of course, we've got all sorts of interference.
Brendan, the players raised $1,000 worth of play. I think he knew straight away he was getting sanctioned. The bigger news, when the football is possessions, team kicks. Get the ball on halfway.
going very nice. Righto, we'll come back tomorrow morning. It's late at night here, so we'll have a bit of a look over in the back of it, show you what I'm going to do, and we'll go from there. So this will probably be a 3-part series on this fella. Looking pretty good, but really I would like a circuit so that I can check some voltages. 221 on the HT seems about right to me, although it could be a bit more. We'll certainly replace the electros. They are cold, so there's no worries with them, but a little bit of hum I sort of pick up there in the background, so they will definitely be the first things to go. Righto guys, I'll be back in the morning. Well, now that we've seen what this little radio does, and well, it actually works, let's have a closer look at it. So I've freed up, I've put some WD-40 on the shaft of this volume control, and, well, the volume pot, and, well, thank God he moves. He moves quite easily now, so that's a good thing. The tone, I've also freed it up a little bit, just so I can turn the things when I'm, well, trying it out. This pointer up here needs a bit of attention. It's a solid piece of wire, that. Now, this is a bit of perspex by the look of this, probably easily broken. 2 screws either end. I'm going to take that off. I may even take the speaker out yet when I'm cleaning this up. But anyway, let's have a look around the back of it, which you've seen, well, earlier. But anyway, we're just having a closer look at what this baby is. There's our speaker transformer. There's a whole heap of numbers on it. I don't know what all this, I don't know whether this is nicotine or what it is. Needs cleaning up anyway, and I think, well, removing some of this and the speaker to get it out of the road so I can get in there. I can't take the front plate off. It's connected to the dial string, and yeah, yes, it's fishing line, but, well, surprisingly, it's done very well, but there is one little hassle with it, which I'll show you in a moment. Okay, so there he is, and I'll just bring some light down for you. There you go. That's probably a bit better. And as you can see, a grotty, horrible mess sort of all through it. So we will definitely clean that up. All right, so our valves. Let's see what we've got. Now, I'll run this down a little bit out of the road here. Now, first, RF converter, mixer, whatever you want to call him. A little bit difficult to get in there. He's coming. There he is. Okay. It's an ECH35. Looks to be in very good order. The base is nice and solid, and shielding is done nicely. It'll come out to one of the pins underneath. I can't remember which pin the shielding goes to, but a little strap of wire around there contacts this and also goes to a pin. Alright, so an ECH35 is our mixer. Our next little fella is a 6SK7 GT, so small format, octal, and there he is. He's a mini watt tube. The other one is a Mullard, which, yeah, strikes me of Mullard Phillipsy type chassis. Okay. Now these look like That wire has been replaced. Possibly not. There we go. Not too bad to get out. An EBF 33 or 35. What do you guys make of that? 35, I'd say. EBF 35. EBF. I'm not familiar with the European type valves. You see lots of them, but I'd say, oh gee, I think that's 33. EBF 33. Okay, so that's our first IF, second IF amp and audio. And now our audio output would be, by the look of it, a good old 6V6. Yep. And Philips. I'd say this is a Philips chassis. 6V6 GT. And, well, had a bit of use, but it's not looking too bad. This doesn't look like it's had a huge amount of use. And I guess it's, well, what's this one? That's our rectifier, a 5x3. And we know, well, we know all these tubes work, so they're all good. But there he is. And now we can sort of see in here a little bit more. Just watch those valves don't run away on me. What we've got. Look at this. And it's I don't want to touch it too much. So this is something we've got to clean up. We've got a cap can here, which bit bulgy on top. Just not real sure about that one. But anyway, he'll be replaced either underneath or restuffed. But by the look of it, it's pressed in there somehow, so probably won't do anything there. We'll probably just put another cap underneath. Light globes, dial lamps, well, hardly looks like they're being used. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is the tuning. Okay, so we take this down to the bottom here, and he wants to spring back by himself. He doesn't go right to the end, and that's because, well, the tuning gang isn't correctly located on the drum. It just needs rotating a little bit, as well as the other end. Well, it gets up to here, and that's the other end up against the pointer, up against the end, but this actually has to go further. So the whole thing, yeah, needs a little bit of rearranging. And if I think we can work that out. It's either that or maybe our fishing line has actually come out through the wrong hole. Maybe it's supposed to be this hole. Anyway, we'll investigate this. So there it is, guys. Is it a Philips? Is it a Mallard? Mallard. We've got an Arts and P. All we've got on this is 29895. There is nothing else on this anywhere. It's got a roller speaker. Well, that doesn't really mean much. Mustard caps, well, Philips type, but then again, I think they've been replaced. And I don't know anything in there that triggers Philips or Mallard, but you guys all know. Okay, not that we have to find out this. We know it goes. It's only a matter of replacing waxes, which I'm going to do now. I'm going to. The customer wants all the caps replaced, so we're going to do that. We also have to fix up this this choke. Now, I don't know whether you guys can actually see there. Try and get yours in there. There you go. We've got to fix this. Now the wire isn't broken yet, but this will have to be glued down. I don't know whether to take that out to do that. I think we can do that in there. But yeah, we've got to be very careful. There's the little wire. Well, there's a piece of rubbish there. I'll just get him out of the road. But you can see the piece of wire, the actual wire just in there. Fairly thin. And we certainly don't want to break it. So something's going to have to be done, wrapped on this. I'll see what I can do. We may have to take off the outside layer and put some other transformer tape or Kaftan tape or something around that. Okay, something's been scraped off here by the look of it over the time. And if you guys want to have a real close look, there it is. And there's our cap can over here. It'd be really nice to have a circuit. Its body is grounded, so it's not isolated. Probably our bias supply comes from here, possibly the negative of these two caps. Maybe there's a resistor there, so it looks like this could be bias for the radio. Yeah, we really need to fix this up and get a power cord fitted properly on this too. So I think the next thing we will do is replace all the capacitors. This will end the video here. This might give you guys a bit of an idea as to what it is. It hasn't given me much of an idea of what it is. We'll come back, we'll fix this up. I'll record bits and pieces and we'll put it on the next video. Meanwhile, I'll just do the caps. You don't need to see me replacing those. And probably a decent power cord so that we've got a ground on this radio as well. I wanted grounded both for safety reasons and our noise level. If the radio's grounded in here, it seems to make a lot less noise. We can do away with the green wire on the aerial that way. Well, the aerial on Earth. The aerial does come in right in there to the aerial coil. Not much else, guys. I think that's about it. So, if you know anything about these little round IF cans, let me know. Okay? And yeah, I'd say they've been adjusted. Yeah, but the radio worked, which is good. All right, I hope you've seen enough and shed some light on who made this thing, what model is it, so I can round up a diagram from somewhere. Okay, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed this little trip down memory lane. We'll get onto the turntable probably in the next part. We'll get this working properly. We'll do an alignment and make sure this part's right, and I've got to get this sticky stuff cleaned up off this. Okay, give us a like if you like it. A like is really important to keep the channel going. Subscribe if you haven't done already. Hit the bell, it'll notify you when I put a video up. Okay guys, We'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.